This is the most realistic and honest elder statesman ever existed in Nigeria. By the end of this video, you will understand why this video remain the most trending video that surfaced online recently. The center cannot hold anymore. The truth is so overwhelming. Please, I'm appealing to you for whatever you hold dearly. Don't miss this video for anything. If there is anything that will distract you not to watch this video to the very end of it, please skip that. Then later we can continue, because they say that knowledge is power. It doesn't cost you anything. Let's watch this video.
Nigeria, as we know, contains ancient kingdoms. And what was the amalgamation? The Northern Protectorate was left intact. And the British didn't want to disturb the religious belief of the majority of people in the North. Sharia.
Can just take a very good example of the things happening like in Kebbi and Katsina, where school children were abducted, and then the governor of the state is telling the president that few hours to when the children were abducted, somebody gave orders to withdraw security from that place, and they want to know who gave the orders. Until date, the president and commander-in-chief is not able to know who ordered troops out of the government secondary school in Kebbi state, or in places like Katsina, where security and insecurity officials are holding peace deals, and the terms of those meetings are being put together by the bandits. In fact, in Katsina, according to the report, one of the bandit leaders, Jankari, instructed that the peace deal, the police officers who are coming should not come in uniform, should come in mufti. But guess what? The bandit leader came in the uniform of a slain police officer, ACP Dayi Aminu, to that so-called peace deal. That is where they are having stakeholder meetings. So those...
One thing is to watch a video, and another thing is to understand what the video is talking about. These are the secrets that they have been hiding for a decade. But today, they cannot hold it anymore. This truth is so overwhelming. The next part of this video is where this great man, this elder statesman, Femi, have scattered the center of Nigeria. The truth cannot be hidden forever. This man have exposed it all. Please, don't watch this video in a hurry, because knowledge is power. Let's continue. Don't go anywhere.
Journalists, largely opponents of Lugard, knew only the English law, which I also happen to start studying, the common law. The British don't have any written constitution till today. They govern Britain by convention. So what Lugard did in 1914 was to leave the Northern Protectorate intact, with Sharia as the governing religion. And so most of the opponents were British-trained lawyers. Are you then saying, with all this background information, that the colonialists are to be blamed for the problem with Nigeria? That they laid the foundation for the problems we have? The eye is about our own responsibility as Nigerians post-independence. Our problems are Nigeria's problems. We created the problems ourselves. The colonial power set up the framework. We are the authors of our own misfortune today, because our problem today is money politics. There was no money politics in the days of Zik, my hero. Whether he gets hero, No money. No money. Even time of Chipotle, Zik, no money. You could go to Gola Memorial Hall for Lagos elections. I was a witness. Have election. In the evening, they count the votes and announce the votes between NCNC Democratic Alliance and the Nigerian Youth Movement, founded in 1933 by Dr. Vaughan, who incidentally I thought was a Brazilian, but he came from southern states of America. J.C. Vaughan, John Churchill Vaughan. So those who were in politics in those days, I'm talking of the 40s, after the war, before the war, were men and women who funded themselves. No, all this waste of time, INEC and so on. No. That was the Constitutional Conference, 67, 68. And it's there during the conference with Balewa, Prime Minister, Zik, Premier of Eastern Region, Awolowo, Chipolowo, Premier of Western Region, Sadana of Northern Region, and many other delegates, over 30. Taka was there, Aminu Kano was there. It was at that conference, the second conference, that the British Colonial Secretary made Balewa, Sadana, Zik, Awolowo to sign a defense pact. Aminu Kano gave him a copy. I'm now disclosing that for the first time, this memory. He gave me a copy. The copy is now available in my latest book. But Alaji, this Anglo-Nigerian Defense Pact, I think that was 1963, 60, okay, between 60 and 63. Is it not ironic that today, the same Nigeria, which is the point I'm making about how did we get it wrong? The same Nigeria is looking up to the United States to come and help us with security. The same Nigeria is going to Turkey to say, please come and help us. We cannot even handle this internal security crisis. Isn't that ironic? It is an irony. It is an irony. Maybe we don't even know whether Britain is also supplying arms or armed forces, but I'm not strong on that issue. America, Trump's America, is now the president, the overall head of the world. He has installed himself as the emperor of the world. Isn't it ironic that after the Berlin Conference in 1885, when the Europeans divided Africa into empires, NATO, the creation of Europeans and America after the Second World War, was threatened with a power problem. with America insisting to annex a part of Denmark,
Greenland.
huh?
Greenland.
Greenland, another member of NATO. Now, America had now climbed down with opposition from the NATO powers. All of them. To say, okay,
But guess what? The bandit leader came in the uniform of a slain police officer, ACP Dayi Aminu, to that so-called peace deal. That is where they are having stakeholder meetings. So those are the good things that are happening under the APC government. But let us not be fooled. The same issue that is happening, because everybody continues to say PDP, PDP. What exactly is going on in the PDP? What is the role of the serving minister for FCT in the PDP? What are the issues between the FCT minister and the Rivers State governor? So the former governor and the incumbent governor had issues. And instead of prevailing upon your subject, President Tinubu decided to illegitimately suspend an elected governor, declaring a state of emergencies for so-called reasons of insecurity. But somehow, more than 300 children were kidnapped from Niger State, and it had not been able to be a reason for why there should be a state of emergency. For in Katsina State, continuous banditry attacks and killings. And even I think my colleague is from Benue State, where more than 200 persons were slaughtered in Yelwata. The president visited it and could not visit the host community or the ground zero of the incident because the roads to that place were not good. This is the unfortunate leadership and the shameful kind of conduct that we glorify as leadership, and that is why everybody is moving to the center. What exactly is at the center? A center of terrorism, of banditry, of a failed economy, of active politics, even when people are being killed. That is why the president can order troops to so-called defend democracy and constitutional authority in Benin Republic when terrorists are running rogue in his own country without the approval of the National Assembly. So as it is today, it is all politics. We understand the game of the APC to ensure, and that is why even the former chairman Oshomole said, when you come to our party, I mean, your sins are forgiven. What are the legal cases or graft cases of all governors or politicians who were in the opposition? What happened to them when they came to the ruling party? If we say this is not without any pressure.
Let me quickly throw a question at you now you're discussing. With high-profile defections reshaping the party landscapes, what effect could this have on the 2027 elections? And how might it influence voters' choices and democratic accountability?
It is simple. What the APC or the ruling party is trying to do is to create an imaginary victory before the elections happen. What will rig or what will make the 2027 elections be rigged was not because anybody was too powerful or they were too popular. It was because Nigerians had the cynicism of believing that the elections will never be free and fair. So a lot of Nigerians have given up on 2027 even before it will come. And then when you have political strongmen like governors of the state who have overwhelming influence on institutions, on the architecture of the electoral process and also security agencies, it becomes even more dire for the people. But all hope is not lost, because when it comes to elections, when multitude of people come out to vote and insist that their votes must count, it is almost impossible to rig through a determined people. The 2023 election results are clear for everybody to see. President Tinubu lost his home state of Lagos, lost Kano, the highest voting bloc. The shenanigans that happened in Rivers State, lost Abuja, but somehow won the presidency. So the template has already been set and is only to be consolidated on.
Okay. Let me get back to...
Now that you have seen the full clips, what do you just see? Of course, I know you enjoy it. Now that the truth is out, how is Nigeria is going to survive this? All thanks to God that this hypocrite, this bigotry called Reuben Abati is the one that interviewed this great man by himself, and have heard the truth about this country called Nigeria. What they have been hidden for us for a decade have just suddenly surfaced. No matter however the truth that keep coming out, the only thing that will save this country called Nigeria is just total disintegration. Well, however they wish, all I know for sure is that someday, in no distance time, this country called Nigeria will be disintegrated into pieces. Yes. I come in peace. Who am I? I'm only a messenger. If you love what I do here in this Global Love Channel TV, please don't hesitate to touch a hand for subscribe button, like and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. Till next time, see you in my next video. Bye for now.